I want to talk about a city that doesn't always get the spotlight. New Westminster. It's historic, it's vibrant, and right now it holds a lot of value if you want to try to get into the market, especially if you're trying to move up to a detached situation. You might be in a condo right now. You got the growing family, or you just want to get out of a condo. New West offers a lot of value for you to get in. So, within this video, I'm going to walk you through some of the neighborhoods and just show you the variety within the city that it has to offer, and also future value that potentially it could hold with some of the infrastructure coming into place, just the development that is happening in New Westminster. And we're going to go through a couple of examples with listings that are currently on the market right now that you can get your foot in the door, starting in that mid 1.3 range, and offers a lot of value in these detached homes at these numbers. And we're going to walk through that right now. So let's get to it. Let's waste no time. Let's start off right now with Queens Park. This historic neighborhood is like none other. And it's like stepping back into time, but the character of these houses are so unique, but so much has been put back into them, restored. They're vibrant again. This neighborhood is lively, and Queens Park itself is lively. It's been around, it dates back to 1887. You have tennis courts, fields, walking paths, and all that stuff right in the middle of the city here. And in Queens Park, it is like none other. These homes are so beautiful, and so many of them have been brought back to life. And now you're going to be paying a little more if you come into the Queens Park area. Like I said, a couple of these examples I'm going to show you on the lower end. I am going to show you an example of a Queens Park listing currently on the market as well, so you can get an idea of sort of those price points of what is actively happening in the market as well. But you definitely get a lot more bang for your buck, especially in Queens Park. If you come into Vancouver and sort of have an equivalent to what you can get in Queens Park, you're going to be paying a lot more for that home in Vancouver. And the nice thing about some of these properties out in New West as well, you're getting a bigger lot size, right? The standard lot size in Vancouver is 33 by 122, so it's just over 4,000 square foot lot. You're getting a lot more in New West, and you're normally paying a lot. You're normally paying, I'm not going to say a lot cheaper. You're normally paying a lower dollar. So there's a lot to be said about this area. So in Queens Park itself, it feels like you are stepping back in time, but you have all the modern conveniences at your doorstep. You're minutes away from the historic downtown New West. And again, you are very close to the Highway 1 if you want to go east or west. The thing about New West, where it's situated, you're sort of right in the middle of everything. If you need to go to the valley, you need to go to Surrey, Langley, and even if you're taking a road trip, whatever, you're a lot closer than if you're way deep in Vancouver, especially on the west side. And if you want to get into the city, depending on the time of the day, it's very convenient. You can just hit the highway and shoot west. Also, sky trains everywhere. There's about 3 or 4 stations in New West, conveniently locating, so you can hop on the sky train, get down to downtown waterfront in maybe half an hour. So there's a lot of convenience within New Westminster as well. Next up is Sapperton, guys. This is New Westminster's oldest neighborhood, and it's really experiencing a bit of a revival of late. There's been a newer demographic that's been moving in to this area, and a demographic with families and a little bit more money as well over the years, that has really revitalized Sapperton. You have Columbia Street that there's a stretch. You have the hospital right there, and then you have the brewery district as well. And on Columbia Street, you'll find, some boutique restaurants, some pubs. It's kind of everything you kind of need is right there. Nice coffee. So you really have everything you need for family, parks, schools. But again, you can get in at a good dollar value. So Saverton is one of those areas that I recommend because I personally know the neighborhood real well. I think it's very family orientated. I think there's just a lot of conveniences as well. And again, you need to get on the highway. You are just down the hill. You're a minute away from Highway 1. You dip down the hill and you're there. And like I said, you have a couple of SkyTrain stations as well within Sapperton. So if you just want to take the train, you don't have a car, you just don't want to take your vehicle, you got to shoot downtown for a game or a concert. It's it's there for your convenience as well. And again, when you're in these neighborhoods, you are paying less for them. And what I like about New Westminster, why I say, it's kind of out of the spotlight a bit, it's interesting because, you hear people that go out further and further and further. They go out to Abbotsford, deeper in the valley. You hear Chilliwack, you hear Mission. And yes, you can get a bigger home. But again, I always go back to neighborhood. Where do you want to be? And of course, we have to talk about historic downtown. This area has been very revitalized over the last couple of years, and they've really put a lot of money and effort into bringing this back to life, but still preserving the history of New Westminster. Right? There's a real focal point of saying, "Hey, this was the first capital. This was the first city. It was built, before Vancouver," and they really want to showcase that. So they're not taking that away, but at the same time, there's new developments happening within this area, and it shows the commitment to what they're trying to do here in New Westminster. And as you see, new businesses are coming into play. There's some trendy coffee shops. There's more trendy restaurants happening here now. So it's you really have everything you need. We have to talk about the boardwalk, right? The boardwalk along the waterfront has been upgraded to creating a 2.5 kilometer path where people can walk, bike, or just enjoy the view of the Fraser River. And with new developments, Pier West, you're seeing modern residential options integrated seamlessly into these historic areas. So it's really unique to see New West. Front Street down at the bottom near the train tracks as well. Some real cool things happening there. You have the little boutique shops, some good coffee shops, gyms. So really a mixture there. Let's talk about connectivity and location. New West really is hard to beat with with the proximity to Highway 1. You're minutes away to Highway 1. You have SkyTrain stations among a lot of the neighborhood routes, and easy accessibility, like I said, to go in and out of the city. And then you also have the new Patella Bridge that's almost going to be completed that gets you into Surrey really easily and beyond. So, which, the old Patella Bridge has really kind of been a sore spot that's stuck out because it's really been an inconvenient bridge. People in New West avoid it. They'll go around the long way. It's, they have a long history of a very dangerous bridge as well. So the new Patilla Bridge will be a very, very welcoming site for the city and the residents and just everybody as well. I consider New West right now. Well, you get a mix of affordability, historic character, and a lot of growth potential. Prices are still below the east side of Vancouver, but the city is investing in infrastructure, future development, and keeping the history of the city alive. So, like I said, you can get in at the base level, get your foot in the door, especially if you're going into a detached situation. I highly suggest a few of these neighborhoods in New West. I really think there's tons of value in all of these. So, make sure, you kind of don't bypass New West when you're thinking about your home search. 1602 10th is currently active. Let's start from the beginning here. So here's a corner lot, 1602 10th Street. You see here. Let's just look at what you're getting here for the value. Now this was a price drop of 25,000, but we're sitting at just over 1549. But you're getting 5 bathrooms and a total floor area of just under 3,000 square. This is in the desirable West End neighborhood. So you got a classic character sitting on a 50 by 132 corner lot, south facing backyard. So, 5 beds, one den, one on the main floor, three upstairs, one in the basement, two fireplaces, and a separate entrance for added flexibility. So you look at this and you say, okay, let's look at a few of these photos here, right? So just give you an idea. Well maintained home, right? It's an older character. You get a lot of these older characters in the area, but a lot of charm here and very, very, well maintained. Now you look at this kitchen, you say, yeah, there's a little bit of a 60s, 70s style here, but again, aesthetically you can do something with that. But again, to get in, guys, to get into the detached market, you can overlook some of that, especially at these price points. You look at the flooring, original flooring, looks like it's oak. And there's needs to be some updates here. So you got some outdated stuff for sure. But again, guys, you're looking at a gorgeous neighborhood in New West, 5 bedrooms, so you do have a ton of space. Here's the basement down here, I think, and it just kind of gives you an idea there. So that's an idea for you guys right there. Let's um let's pop up another one for you guys here. Let's show you guys another property here. Here is another one for you guys. 344 East 8th. Modern updates character. This is a 1909 family home, guys. And again, 2600, just under 2700 square living space, right? So you look at it, 5 beds, 2.5 baths. You're getting a lot. And this is at 1329. Just kind of shows the value you can get out here in these neighborhoods, guys. You got a lot size of 4600 square, right? Like I said, like I mentioned, in Vancouver on the east side, you're looking more at, if you're lucky, you're getting a 4,000 square foot lot. There's tons of lots in East Vancouver that are smaller than that. There's some unique lots out there. So just give you an idea here. It's hard to see the floor plan there, but a lot of space. Ignore the furniture, right? Because it's not my favorite, but gives you an idea. Older home, but again, guys, at this point, at this price point, 1329. It's standard bedrooms, bathrooms. I mean, you're gonna get a lot of older stuff at this price, but again, guys, there's a lot of space here. 2700 square, right? There's the curb appeal right here. Well, it looks well maintained. Um, yeah, and again, a great neighborhood, guys. These are great, quiet neighborhoods. So, this is just another option for you guys. Now I want to show you guys, because we talked about it. So we're gonna look at it. We're gonna talk a little Queens Park here. Okay, guys, here we go. This is a Queens Park one, active right now, 1246 Ave in New West. Just on the market for 7 days, but this is a beauty. 3,400 square. And again, guys, the price point for what it is, 185. If guys, again, the value you're getting here for this home, if you put this home in East Van, add another 300,000 on this, no problem. You look at the character. We're just going to go through some of these photos. You got some detailed shots here, but again, let's see what we got. So they're bringing the wallpaper back to life here. You got the old original flooring, the old original fireplace revitalized, right? You see the windows, tons of characters, updated kitchen, which you can see in these neighborhoods and in this neighborhood in Queens. A lot of people have redone these homes, giving you a modern kitchen, giving you all the modern amenities, but at the same time, keeping all the character, right? If we look at the door back here leading out to the yard, right? You see look at the all the detail, the stairs. You got all the original hardwood, um, just all the little details you see, right? From the big fir door casings, original wood doors, original handles, right? All that you're gonna find in Queens. And here, here's a beautifully redone bathroom here. You look at the tile work, the all the just everything updated in this kitchen, beautifully done. Very, very nice. Looks like, office room, extra spare bedroom with a piano, a little office space. And again, here you go upstairs, right? So look at this, look at these unique classic stairs. Look at this little cabinet here in the corner, right? Just gives you an idea of the character that's kept in these homes, right? Real cool. Come up to the attic, right? So your attic space slash, turned into the bedrooms, another bathroom up here. Real cool, but a ton of space, guys. All this is 185. Here's the lead note to the backyard, right? Cute little home, but a big home, right? This is a big space. Nice deck leading out in the back. Yeah, lots of character here. So, yeah, just gives you an idea, guys. We look at 1911 house, 6,500 square foot lot. That's a huge lot. real huge lot. And a lot of these properties now, guys, in New West as well, zone for laneways, right? So you can put a laneway home in here, no problem. You get that extra income as well coming in too. So great opportunity for an extra mortgage helper and adding value to your lot as well. So again, guys, I really like the New West neighborhood. It's the neighborhood that you guys should keep on the checklist if you're thinking, hey, I want to make a move to a detached, but I can't afford to. Definitely can't stay in Vancouver. So automatically, a lot of people that think, okay, I can't afford Vancouver, their head just they turn a switch on. They're like, I gotta move out miles and miles and just way out there where I won't see anybody that I know ever again. And I really think there's just other options, right? Like I said, I talked about, getting that borrowing power with a mortgage helper in a lot of situations, but New West has a lot of good value and a price points where you can get it. The Queens Park property we just looked at, it's a little higher price point, but again, you get into like the Sapperton area or the West Side, you can really get in at the ground level at a price point that really makes sense. So it's worth looking at. So guys, if you're interested in buying and want to look in the New West area, give me a call, drop me a DM, shoot me a text. You can book a call in with me. I think there's some great opportunities in there. So don't let it pass you by. Let's set something up. Let's talk strategy. Until the next video, guys. See you guys on the next one.